so much for coming back to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell below to get the notifications for these sweat-inducing, booty-building, bicep-pumping workout ideas and fitspo. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to do HIIT correctly when you're outdoors. Plus, at the end of the video, I'm going to throw in a nutrition tip that will save ya. But first, I want to share one really cool fact about high-intensity training, and it is this. HIIT helps you become faster, stronger, and leaner by challenging your aerobic system. Yes, it helps you become faster, stronger, and leaner because it increases your aerobic capacity every time you do a HIIT session. And if you want to know more about what aerobic capacity is and how it helps you burn fat, stick until the end of this video and I will clue you in. Essentially, HIIT works because you make a big push to run as fast as you can and as hard as you can, and then you chill. And that chilling, after going super fast, increases your endurance threshold and strength and fat burning capacity. So, I said I was going to give you 5 points to follow, and here are the first 2 to know that you're doing HIIT correctly. The first one is called DOMS, and that stands for delayed onset muscle soreness, and it's when you create little micro tears in those muscle tissue, and those micro tears require amino acid to thus create more muscle. The second one is EPOC, that's exercise post-oxygen consumption, and EPOC is just a fancy way of saying that your fat burning potential is on fleek. And more scientifically, it's when you have increased oxygen consumption by the muscle tissue and therefore burn more fat after exercise session is done. During that time, you might be hungrier, have more thirst, or feel warmer. And basically, all this means is that you're more metabolic. So the first 2 things you should look out for after a HIIT session are the clues for increased metabolism, like thirst, hunger, and warmth. And secondly, usually within the next day or 2, it's muscle soreness. Now, the 2 things HIIT is not. HIIT is not any old interval training. It's not like a gentle jog on the treadmill with like intermittent sauntering walks. HIIT is high intensity. It's taking yourself to maximum capacity and then chilling the heck out for as long as you need to feel like you can actually do that HIIT session again. HIIT is also not doing anything more than 30 seconds. You want a 30-second bout of high intensity anything or less. Last point, HIIT is best done outside for reasons that I'm going to mention in this video. So here I'm going to give you a little example of what HIIT could look like. You're going to go join me on my HIIT training today. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm heading out for some high intensity cardio. I just did some lacrosse ball on my glute and foot and some foam rolling on my lats because that's important to me. You always want to do a foam rolling workout prior to your exercise, not after. So the first thing I do before I head out to do my HIIT sprint is I warm up. And first things first, I gotta introduce you to the dog in the foreground. Her name is Hula, and you will be seeing her a lot during this video. Anyway, so I do a warm up, which can be a little jog, something gentle, and then I do some ballistic stretching, like the lunges that you saw, the high knees and the butt kickers, and these all just work to increase mobility of my hips and my calves. They work to warm that area, increase blood flow. So I choose to do ballistic stretching over static stretching because static stretching will actually increase the length of the muscle fiber, whereas ballistic stretching will help strengthen the muscle fiber. As you're doing the contractions, while you stretch, you're actually strengthening the muscle fibers. That's how it works. We have some chickies here. You want to say hi to the chickies? Hey, chickies. How are chickies doing? So yeah, after a warm-up and some ballistic stretching, you're ready to do your high-intensity cardio. And you can do a little bit of warm-up, then ballistic stretching, and then another warm-up. I always like doing high-intensity cardio on a little bit of a grade because you're going to get way more of a butt workout than if you do it on a treadmill or a flat surface. And if you want a butt workout, you actually never, ever, ever want to use the treadmill because the treadmill is a wheel. You're working with momentum with the treadmill, whereas if you're working with a surface, an outdoor surface, you have nothing that's pushing you forward with momentum aside from your own musculature. So that's why I like doing it on a grade always. This is the grade right here that I'll be working on, and I'll show you that. And it has like a bit of a curve in it. We got some obstruction here, so that helps me be more agile. I think I'm getting my agility training in with this. And you can see it's not straight uphill. It's not completely flat. It's just a nice grade. So my glutes turn on. As I said before, guys, the most important part of doing sprints is resting as long as you need to until you feel ready to do the sprint again. That was so much fun with my little canine coach. And if you're wondering how many sets I did 8. And that's based on a scientific article that I will put in the description below. And I also have a free workout video program down there, so make sure you check it out too. So here's a little freebie recap to make sure that you're doing HIIT correctly outside. And you might want to screenshot this. First one is that you might be sore within the next day or two. That's DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, that I was talking about. Secondly, you might be hungrier, thirstier, or warmer, but don't overdo the eating part of this. Just eat normally and supplement with amino acids. And if you want to know how to supplement with amino acids, stay tuned to the end of this video when I share a free exercise science tip. Number 3, during your HIIT session, you need to give it 100% and fatigue within 30 seconds. Yeah, you want to fatigue, and that's the whole point of this exercise routine. You want to take it to your maximum, whatever that is, and then chill. And finally, do HIIT on a hill outside. Gym time is great, but especially if you want to target that booty, it's best done on a hill. And hey, if you want some booty exercises, you should click here. Now, the nuggets of exercise science. And if you stuck around this long, I promise you 2 things. One thing is a description of aerobic or fat burning system, and the other is an amino acid tip. So first, aerobic and fat burning. You have 2 different calorie burning systems in your body. You have your aerobic system, and then you have your anaerobic system. HIIT trains your anaerobic system, which means that you actually burn more calories and do more muscle damage within the exercise session itself. So it's super important after a HIIT workout to refuel with amino acids and hydrate a bunch post-exercise. After exercise, your aerobic system, your fat burning system, gets a boost with that exercise post-oxygen consumption, or EPOC, that I mentioned earlier, and that's what helps you actually burn fat. Now I want to offer you that amino acid nutrition tip. You want to find an amino acid supplement that you can take 2 hours prior to your HIIT session. Amino acids just don't readily become available to your blood. Your body needs to break down those amino acids, and taking amino acids 2 hours before or up to 30 minutes before your workout ensures that those amino acids are readily available when you're done. And finally, your post-workout meal. Unless it's liquid, you want to wait at least 30 minutes after your workout. After a workout, especially an intense one like this, your body is still sending blood to your legs and your butt, and those happen to be the biggest muscles in your body. And because you only have a finite amount of blood, not all of it will be available to go back into your stomach for digestion. And you don't want to know what happens when you have undigested food rolling around, do you? So go forth and hit it, my friends. Make sure to check out the description below for the resources I mentioned and the freebie in this video. I'll see y'all next week. Yep, that girl is a pretty good running coach, and she's taking a snack break right now, it looks like. Oh, hula.